Yo, what it do, family? It's your boy Tay, aka Takeover, and this is, you know what's up. This is the Internal Riches channel. We here, man. It's another week, another episode, another space that is set where you can come and enter, decompress yourself, and you know what I'm saying, be reassured or learn something that you need to implement within your day, within your mind, within your routine, right? And last episode, right, we talked about turning pain into purpose, right? Turning pain into power and what that entails. That pain is information. That pain needs to be stepped into and faced, right? And you cannot face that pain without what? Stillness. And that's what today's episode is. Stillness is a strategy. Stillness is strategy, right? We need to know how important being still is in a world full of noise, full of chaos, right? Your silence and your stillness is a superpower. It's a part of the resistance, right? Why is stillness, why is silence a superpower, right? It's a superpower because it helps you tune in to your internal world. It helps you bring yourself back to balance. It helps you detach from all of the noise, detach from all of the worry, detach from all of the things that can be pulling your soul down. You become present again. They call the present because it's a gift, right? We think it's just a play on words, but it's literally just a present. It's a gift from the divine, right? To tune into. Because if you don't be present, if you don't take time to be still, if you don't take time to tune into your spirit, right, you allow yourself to be thrown off. You block yourself out from wisdom. You block yourself out from getting messages from the divine. We talked about this on previous episodes, right? This society praises hustle culture. It forces us to be in survival mode constantly. And survival mode is survival mode, fight or flight, where your body is constantly being in this mode where it's hitting those, I forgot the word what it's specifically called, inside of you for real, that causes that stress, that causes that anxiety, that literally impacts your immune system, that literally impacts your mind and the way that you think, right? So of course, naturally in society we're going to be more chaotic. Naturally in society that we're going to be more disconnected because we have a lack of connection within self, because we have a lack of ability or lack of knowledge on how to be still, how to tune in with yourself. All we know is the external, the bills, paying this, paying that, go to work, take care of our loved ones, take care of ourselves, right? And taking care of ourselves is so surface level right now because we're not taught the higher levels, the deeper level of what that means. And one of the best ways to take care of yourself, one of the bases of doing that is stillness for your mind, for your spirit, and your body, right? Because it impacts all levels. Like I said, stillness helps you tune into your spirit, right? Tune into the mind, tune into the divine when it speaks to you, when it calls to you, right? And that heightens your intuition, that heightens your discernment, right? It heightens your ability to listen, to hear, to analyze. And this is what brings the wisdom. If you don't take that time to pause, you're not going to get that because you're thinking so impulsively. You're thinking so emotionally that that higher self isn't able to take over and show you and reveal things to you because you haven't sat back and said, hold up, you still going like this, running. I got to do this. I got to do this next. I got to do this. And that's what hustle culture does. That's, I mean, if you got a business or if you just and got hella a bunch of things that you got to do in life, that's all you're worried about. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do this. Okay, I got this. So okay, what's next? And you haven't taken that time to be like, Let me sit my ass down for a second and breathe, right? Like right now, let's take a deep breath. Big breath in. I want you to pause at the top. Hold your breath for a couple of seconds. Then let it out slowly. There you go. You need to slow down and recharge. You need to slow down and reset. You need to stop and take some time for yourself and rest sometimes, right? Because all of that is a resistance to the chaos. So many people want peace, but don't create peace for themselves, right? And that's a problem. You're looking for it from somewhere else, but it's all relying on you. What you have to understand is that stillness doesn't require you to take an hour out your day, doesn't require you to take a couple of hours or prepare for it. Stillness only just requires your permission. Can you grant me the ability to come in and set the tone and relax you? Bring yourself back to balance. 30 seconds, 90 seconds. You can do this. You can do this breath work. You can have this mindfulness. You can have yourself bringing yourself back into the present moment, right? You need to be able to take accountability for yourself. Mind you, you can do this throughout any time of the day. You feel me? Like, stillness is about pausing. Pause before you use your phone. Take some time real quick. Before you pick up that phone to do whatever you about to do, go and scroll on TikTok, scroll on Instagram, put it down and breathe for a good couple of seconds, couple of minutes. You can go a whole hour if you want to. It's all up to you. And honestly, I say challenge yourself. Go a little bit longer before you press that text or you get on that app. Go a little bit longer. Take some time for yourself before you start the car up and drive to your destination or drive to work in the morning, right? Take some time before you walk and go into work. This is why you need to wake up at a good time. So you're not rushing so much. Take a pause for a second. Relax your mind. Breathe in. Take in that life energy, right? You need that breath work. Like I said, you can do this at any time of the day. It doesn't take no time for you to sit and breathe with yourself for a second, right? You can be having a busy day at work. Before you get into that next part of whatever you got to do, breathe. 30 seconds. 30 seconds is not taking away your whole day. You feel me? So you need that breath work. And also to even add, stillness is not just about meditation, right? Or that long duration of time where you need things to be silent. You don't actually. I know it's some people that is it's a little bit difficult, a little bit more difficult to get into that meditation. And I'm kind of I want you to instill these practices of stillness throughout your day, right? And something that you can do, like I said, that breath work while you do, let's say, some neck rolls, right? You slowly do some neck rolls, right? And you relaxing yourself while you're doing it and tuning into your body. Do some shoulder rolls while you're breathing and taking some deep breaths, right? Say you come home, or I know some people take showers before they go to work, some people take showers after work, or sometimes it's both. While you're in that shower, sit still. You don't even got to do, just let the water just hit you and sit with it. Let the feel the water hit your body. Kind of make this a sacred experience for real. Like, it's all upon your intention and what you set for it for real. If I go in the shower with the intention of I'm taking a shower for a release, I'm taking a shower to set the intention for my day, to cleanse me, to reset me. I use my mind to do that while I'm there. So I sit there in the shower. I feel the water hit my skin. I breathe, wiggle my toes, visualize each breath. The breathe in is the new energy, right? Coming in, and the breathe out is the old energy seeping out. And it's not hurry up and get out, but it's more so, I appreciate you, right? I appreciate you, but you no longer are needed here. I can transform that energy, right? Release, transformation, alchemy. You need that. These are what these practices do. Now, when you're doing these things, sitting in the shower, taking that time, those shoulder rolls, those neck rolls, that's allowing your body to feel safe. And the thing about when your body feels safe, your mind automatically is going to naturally slow itself down, right? It's going to be calm. And this is great for people that it's difficult to really get into that deep meditation, or they can't really meditate in the moment. Just take that time to breathe and be with your body. Stretch your body a little bit, right? Same thing with the stretching and that breathing. Bro, I'm telling you, that's going to shift the trajectory of whatever you felt or whatever you feel in the moment, right? Now, another thing is, right, but when I was just talking about that, I said, take a pause before you get on the phone, right? Sometimes that pause means putting the goddamn phone away. Please, for the love of God, take time to put the phone away, guys. Please, because that phone is highly addictive. And sometimes some of us need to use the phone for like business things, or need to use the phone to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different other things other than doom scrolling and stuff like that. You could be trying to research. You could be trying to do so many different things on the phone, but take some time away from it. Put it away sometimes, right? And that allows you to now bring yourself back into this moment. And now you hear these thoughts. These thoughts are now coming up, and that stillness, when you stay in it, it allows those thoughts to flow by. It allows those feelings to go by, right? The thing is, you don't need silence, right? To be still, to be in stillness, to practice stillness, you don't need silence, as I said before. What you need is presence within yourself. You don't need silence around you. You need presence within you. And that's powerful, because now it's like you don't need everything to be quiet. All I need to do is be right here with myself. That's it. Be right here with myself. Not here, not there, not there, not there. Not think about the future, not think about the past. Not just right here in this very moment. I want you to practice that right now, right? Look around you. Feel yourself, right? You're here right now in this very moment. You're not in the past, you're not in the future. You're in the present, where the gift lies. When you make a break between the future and the past simultaneously, the present is all that matters, right? Take a second to sit with yourself and look around you and appreciate where you are right now. Might not be perfect, but you're here. You exist. Be thankful. Speak life into yourself. Speak love into yourself. Breathe, right? You allow or create this space for yourself to slow down. Stop tripping so much. Stop thinking so much. Even if you don't feel the best right now, it's okay. It's fine. But I just need you to sit with it. Stop trying to escape. Be still. Be still. This is when these feelings and these thoughts reveal things to you, right? This is what last episode was talking about. When you face that pain, when you face these feelings, when you face these thoughts and not trying to escape so much, the longer you sit with it, the more it'll tell you about yourself. The more it'll tell you about why it's there, why you are experiencing it, what you need to do to navigate it. Just listen, just analyze, and take some time to be with yourself. You need to regulate your nervous system. It's a lot that goes on, bro. It's a lot of energy that we take on and expel throughout the day. And that breath work, that stillness is your recharge station. But if you don't take it, that will take a toll on you throughout your life, right? We're not thinking of energy so deeply. We just know energy is energy. There's nothing deeper about it. We haven't been taught exactly what that specifically is. You are energy itself. Your pure existence down to the mere essence is energy. And you direct that where to go. I think that might have been episode 3, right? Where your energy is your currency. And you have to take accountability with what you do with that energy, right? So it's important that you take these times of stillness and really be serious about implementing it into your day, because our mind can be so bombarded with so much, bro, that sometimes we end up bleeding on other people. We end up projecting on other people because we're operating in an emotional state, right? That stress and that anxiety can build up, and you can project it onto somebody if you let it build up so much within you without having that release with yourself first, without having that time of stillness to bring yourself back to balance first. Those constant practices, right? We got some more practices, right? Because stillness also does not mean inactivity. Stillness doesn't mean you need to be still yourself. It's a great way of doing it, yes, but you can also be still within yourself while moving, right? So that looks like taking walks without headphones, right? That looks like when you taking a drive, driving from work, driving to work without music. Just sit with yourself, listen, be present, sit with your thoughts, allow them to flow by. I know all of us like to clean up. We like to clean the house, do the dishes, whatever, to some music, right? Because it allows you to flow through it. Take some time without it though, right? So because this honestly allows you to not rely on that to get you to your balance, to get you calm, right? And that was my meditation process. Like when I was meditating, I always needed a guide to guide me through the meditation. Then I went from the guide to now I need to listen to some sounds, right? I went from the sounds to nothing. Let me just meditate here right now, no matter what's going on. And I practice that on a daily, not on a daily basis, but when I wanted to, when I seen the opportunity to, when I felt it in my heart that I should practice it right now in this very moment, right? Because I was like, what if I didn't have the ability to have this music? What if I didn't have the ability to have like let's talk about on a more general term here. What if you don't have the ability to use that weed, right? To use that marijuana, to use that drink, right? To use whatever you use to try to escape feelings, thoughts, and emotions, right? What if you didn't have it? What would you do? Now what? Now what? You gonna break down because you don't have that thing that you're looking for? Why not practice the stillness of not needing anything and being with yourself right now? All you need is yourself and being present in the now. That's it. You don't need anything else special. It already exists within you. Stillness already exists. It's just waiting for you to choose it. That's it. Happiness, joy, blissfulness, gratitude, all of that exists within you. Peace, all of that exists within you. You don't need anything to go get that, bro. It's waiting for you to choose it. It's already in you. So as soon as you take that decision to be like, I'm going to have this practice of calming my body and my mind, using this breath work, doing this meditation, going for this walk, having this exercise, doing these stretches with myself. This is the intention of releasing. This is the intention of bringing myself back to balance and quieting the noise in my head. All of that counts up. Now imagine you doing this on a consistent basis, right? To the point where now it's second nature. And when it becomes second nature, bro, this is when you start to get to a higher level of yourself. This is when you have the ability to retain your peace, retain your vibration. Because sometimes going throughout the day, we're going to encounter situations and people that can throw us off of our vibe. That happens. You can be having a great day and one of your coworkers bother you, or your job try to make you do something that just irritates you. What are you going to do about it? Sit in the irritation, sit in the madness, sit in the anger, sit in the stress, sit in the anxiety, and let it just go? For what? When you have the ability to be like, you know what? I know, I understand why you're here. I get it. But we gonna do this. We're gonna go here. We're gonna do this to now redirect that energy, to now transform that energy. The thing is, you're accepting. I know that you're here. I get it. I understand. They just pissed you off. This just happened. That's just happened. We got these things coming up. It's okay. But right now, we got to be here. Right now, while I'm being here, I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust in the divine, trust in myself with all of that. So when I'm worried about it, you don't got to be thinking like, yo, this stillness not this is not helping me. This is not solving the situation. Who told you that? Because if you're trying to get answers, if you're trying to figure out what to do, you need an answer, right? You need to come into your mind. You need the idea to come into you, right? That idea from the divine, right? This is not an idea that you just coming up with out of panic or out of being anxious, out of stress, because that is an impulsive decision that might hurt you more than whatever position that you're in right now. You need to be still. You need to be calm, right? You need to reinforce the positivity within yourself so then you open up pathways for the answer to come to you into your heart. If you're so blocked up with so much bullshit that you're thinking and that you're doing, it's not going to come to you, right? Or it's going to come to you and you're going to miss it because usually it's a subtle thing. The thing about intuition is that it's subtle, it's small, but the its existence is vast, it's deep, it's silently loud, but you got to listen to it, right? It's like being in a big ass room with all of these big ass walls for it, right? And you got all of this stuff in front of you as options or so. As things in there. You're looking at all these options, you're like, oh, this, that, until you sit back and be like, and realize the whole room is the divine trying to give you the answer. All of this other shit is just extras. Just shit that just was placed in here. The whole room in itself is the answer. So you got to sit back and you got to analyze the whole room and be present and stop trying to look. Oh my God, what's this? Oh, it's not this. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I just came up with that analogy on the spot. Don't know if it was the most best one to use, but that's just what it is because it's facts, right? Being able to disengage from all of this shit that really don't matter to now seeing the whole picture of you're already in it. You don't really need to find it. You just need to listen. You feel me? It's already in you. You're already in it. Just like that analogy, you're already in the room. You're in the answer. But without you realizing it, without you stepping back and looking at or analyzing what's around you, you're not going to understand. So you can be going like this the whole time, just trying to not realizing all you need to do is sit back. All you needed to do is rest. Take some time out to bring yourself to balance. I always say bring yourself to balance because when you're in that state, you're at an imbalance. It's too much chaos and negativity taking over, right? Until you bring or reinforce that positivity, that love, that life, that trust, now you're bringing it back to balance. Now you're bringing it back at a homeostasis. And that's what you need to bring yourself to, right? So, with that being said, with the feelings that I was just talking about, that chaos, when you are feeling that tightness, right? This is your opportunity to be still, right? This is your opportunity. This is what I was saying when you need to make stillness a daily habit, right? It's going to be times throughout your day. Like I said, you're going to feel that tightness. You're going to feel that heaviness. You're going to feel that worry. And you know how that feels. You know how that feels. That spike in your chest, that burn in your chest, right? That you feel it coming up. Now you better start worrying again. But it's like, don't even, we ain't even ready to do this. Relax. That's when you take that deep breath. As soon as you feel that feeling spike in your chest, go and relax yourself. Go and take that breath. Take them that do that breath work, right? Because this is how you combat it. Every time you get stressed, you don't need to stay in that mind state. It's literally up to you. Now, mind you, just because you do some breath work, does that mean it's going to automatically disappear? Not at all. And this is the part where I say you need to sit with it while doing these practices of release, while doing these practices of while you're releasing, while you're being still, you're also using that inner voice. This is episode 2, when we talked about that fine tuning the inner voice and what that means and what that can do for you, right? Because your mind is the source. So if I'm giving my body, if I'm commanding or saying these things within myself, that is going to set the tone for how this process goes. So if I'm speaking life into myself, if I'm speaking love into myself, if I'm talking about trusting, letting go of the possibilities of what can happen, all of this counts towards the practice of me taking a walk without no music, right? Doing the dishes and without the music and just being calm and being present within myself, taking that shower and allowing the water to brush in me and to have that cleansing. If I don't do this mentally in my mind, if I don't set that intention and 100% believe in what I'm doing, believe in what I'm saying, believe in what I'm thinking, it's going to be for nothing. You need your mind and not just the practice. And this is what people get like messed up when they, people get into spirituality and stuff like that, right? And they get these chakra bracelets, they get these, crystals and stuff like that, and get all of the aesthetics, thinking that is supposed to do something. That is gonna bring the peace. That's gonna bring the protection. And it's not. It's only just an aid. It's nothing without your mind first. You doing it for yourself. That's why the most spiritual person you'll see, the most tapped in person you'll see, is somebody without that stuff. It's cool to have though. It's cool. Looks great. Looks very cultural and ancestral. It's beautiful. But who are you for real inside? How do you deal with your mess? What do you do when triggers and certain feelings come up and them traumas start biting? Right? Those impulses come up. Who are you then? Who are you when things aren't going your way? What practices do you have to retain your peace? What practices do you have to bring yourself back to balance? What things do you indulge in? What things do you consume? All of this tallies up to how your reality is really experienced and what things that you attract in your life, what thoughts even attract in your life, right? What thoughts take over, what feelings are more prominent. Because if you're really doing that work, what's dominant is going to be the positive things, the things that bring you higher, even if it's through the negativity, right? Even if it's through the hurt and the pain, through the stress and anxiety. You can be going through all that, going through a crazy time, but you remain guarded, remain in your foundation, right? Remain still during the storms. I'm here. I forgot what episode that was. I'm here with myself, right? I might have told you about that storm, that bump and push you everywhere. You can push, but look where I'm going. I'm still here, but I'm not here. I'm not here with it. I love that analogy because I'm a rock. That rock is me, my trust, my faith, right? Me being a source for myself. It's all on you. I need you to realize how powerful you actually are. For real. Your consciousness, your awareness. How are you even viewing me right now? Through this medium that we call a phone. This is you. Your ability to analyze, your ability to use your free will. Lift your arm up. You're choosing to move. You're choosing to do with your own will. So use that to your advantage, right? Despite what your body will feel. I'm choosing to do this. I'm choosing to do these practices to get this. Guess what will happen? You'll get it. Why? Because you chose it. I think it was a part in the Matrix, right? When he was fighting Agent Smith, and mind you, Neo was getting beat. It's a long fight. They're getting beat up. And Agent Smith is like, yo, why do you keep getting up? I'm whooping your ass. Why do you keep getting up and keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting? Just give up, bro. It's cool. I don't want to kill you no more, bro. That's what Neo said. I do this because I choose to. What ended up happening? He ended up beating Agent Smith. Why? Because he kept going, because he chose to. So the possibility of him conquering the situation is already there. It's meant for you to get over this. All you need to do is choose it. If you want that peace, if you want that calmness, if you want to conquer any situation that you're going through, you have to choose it for yourself. That's it. Once you choose, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get over this. I'm going to prevail through this. You're going to do it. You know why? Because nothing happens to you if you don't have the ability to make it gold. That's in the Bible for the people that's religious, right? Corinthians 10:13. This is actually one of my verses. I'm not a religious person, but I can read religious texts because it's all about the representation of you. It's all allegories and metaphors about you, stories about you, and what you need to do to connect to the divine, what you need to do to navigate life situations, what mentality to take, right? It's all wisdom. And I came to this realization today, right? I was like, yo, I realized why people in the ancient times or so long ago put knowledge in books, put knowledge in stories, or use so many similes and metaphors when it came to explaining things, right? Because they didn't have that many words to call things, right? Imagine you feeling pain and not knowing what to call that. Imagine you going through a depressive episode and not knowing to call it a depressive episode. You're just feeling it. What are you going to call it? Like, I feel like I'm in fire. I feel like I'm being burnt alive. Something is setting my heart on fire. That then develops into what? Somebody calling it hell, eternal fire. You're being burnt, right? That never meant, hey, you better do all of these things, or when you die, you gonna go here. No, that means depending on what you choose. If you're not gonna choose God, if you're not gonna choose that higher self, if you're not gonna choose the practices that get you in tune with your spirit, you will live in hell. You will live in chaos, lack of self-control, lack of dominance within self, right? Being controlled by impulses, emotions, and thoughts. You know how that feels. You know how that feels. Everybody should know how that feels. When you're having that session when your mind is going wild, having that time when you're going through a heartbreak, and what that can make you do, it can influence you to do, right? It can get you in situations that you don't want to be in. It can make you do things that you usually wouldn't do. But you are the one who says, I'm not going to do that because I know that's not good for me. I'm not going to do this because I know that's self sabotage. People say I love myself and they think about looking good. They think about loving their own looks. And it goes so much more deeper than loving your looks or a skincare routine. It's about literally taking care of your heart and your soul and your mind that then bleeds out into your spiritual abilities, your mental abilities, your body and how it operates, right? The functions of all three and how you experience yourself. So imagine you not taking care of it. Why would you do that? That's disrespectful. Yes, it's disrespectful to God. Literally, it's disrespectful to the divine, to the creator, which is you. And this vessel is nothing but a representation of it. It's a physical manifestation of it. So me disrespecting my body, disrespecting my mind and my soul is disrespecting God. Facts. So even your most religious motherfuckers, yes, you could be in church all day, but you're not even taking care of your body. You can be in church all day, but you still are so judgmental and still are disrespectful. You still don't even know how to navigate your own madness within. You still haven't even healed your trauma. You still don't even know how to be still. Even when you're praying, you can pray, you can do your prayer. That's great, but you still haven't taken time for stillness. Because even in your prayer, you're still going wild in the mind. Still, no offense to people that do prayer, but some people don't pray the correct way. You pray to within that then brings without. So many people are praying without and giving the power out. It's through you, my G. God is happening through you. God exists through you. God talks to you through your life experiences, through your analysis, through your feelings and your pain and your thoughts and the whole 9 yards, bro. It's all you. And our mistake and our process of being programmed through these things is thinking that this that God is outside of you, that you're not connected to it. What did Jesus say, right? I am the Father and the Father is me. What also did Jesus say? Follow me. So if he said that, that must mean that that's the same thing for you, right? Jesus wasn't just some special person that just got lucky to be connected with the Father. He was like, you can do the same thing. I've been ordained to give you or to map out the blueprint for you to follow my directions that I've been divinely orchestrated to be on earth to do for you. You can do what I can do. and even more. That's another thing he said, right? This is for my religious folk that don't understand how deep their essence is and who they actually are. God never was in church, he was walking in church. Mm. Didn't mean to really tap into the religious thing here, but I mean, that's just the basis of what it really is. This spirituality is everything, right? Your consciousness is everything. Your soul is more important than anything because that's what you came in with and that's what you leave with, right? And if you go so much time throughout your life without tuning into the spirit, without cultivating your soul, basically everything that you did don't mean shit. All of your accomplishments gone. All of your possessions come and go. All of the people that you connect with gone, come and go. And when you leave, you forget about it. Doesn't matter. You know what does matter? What you do with it. What you do with all of that. How you make sense of it for yourself. How you tune into your own internal soul, bro. You have to know who you really are. And it's not this. It's not this. Stillness is how you get in tune with that. Stillness is how you channel that energy of what God is, to embody the principles of what God is. And that means the higher levels of what God is, because God exists in infinite amount of forms. Infinite. Everything that you see that exists in this physical world is God. Even the things that you don't like. Sorry. God never asks for your opinion. He just is. Or you can say it just is. Because the masculine and the feminine energies, those together is what God is. It exists because of the creator, right? So you want to stop playing games, right? I need you to get serious because you're special. I need you to get serious because everything relies on you. Your life is all based upon the decision on what you do with it. If you want to experience this life at a higher level, bro, if you want that peace, if you want that love, if you want to retain all of that, you need you. You need to be still. So real quick, this how we gonna end this off, right? And I know sometimes my mic doesn't pick up the breath because sometimes I want you to hear my breath so we can breathe together. But I want you to breathe with me, right? This how we gonna end this off. I don't know if everybody is in silence, but like I said before, you don't need silence. Just breathe. This is where you be present with self. Put that intention in right now, right? As you breathe in, you're claiming that new energy. As you breathe out, you're releasing the worry, you're releasing the negative energy, you're releasing the thoughts that come up that make you want to panic, the chaos, the noise, release it, quiet it, right? All it needs is you. That's the episode for the day, man. Honestly, I didn't do everything I wanted to do in terms of showing you this T-shirt. This is one of the T-shirts that's on my website, internalriches.com. This is the Face of Perfection tee from the Perfectly Imperfect collection. And also, real quick before we head out, yeah, I'm still here. I know y'all can still hear me. I'm about to come through right here. This is a takeover drink right here from Take Over Your Health, which is under internal riches because taking over your health is what boosts your internal riches, is what is internally riching. You have to take over your health. You have to give life to your body. And that's what this is. This is right here. This is the pineapple potion. I don't have my label right now. It's okay. It's fine. This is why, right? Everything is perfectly imperfect. Everything comes along. And it's a poem that I wrote about that specifically. But right here, this is the pineapple potion. This is pineapple, apple, ginger, lemon, and mint. So we're gonna take a sip right here. I was supposed to do this in the beginning of the episode, but I got right to it. Mm. Ah, wow. Yeah. Link in the bio, man. Tap in with me. I got the website for Take Over Your Health coming soon. But either way, you can hit me up, you can DM me on any social platforms and holler at me. I can send you the menu. I can show you the menu. Follow Take Over Your Health. Matter of fact, take over underscore your health. Follow that on Instagram and get at me, man. Come up with the content, come up with the knowledge about health. And yeah, we charging up 2026, man. Internal riches, take over your health, internal riches channel. And yeah, lock in with me, man. Link in the description, link in the bios. Much love to you, all right? Ah.